Welcome, guys. Welcome back to All Football 90, and welcome back to another transfer news. Now, today, of course, we'll be discussing, as you can see, a little graphics here, and of course, on the title of this video as well. Atletico Madrid terminate the contract of Diego Costa. This is, of course, a major story and breaking news for a lot of football fans, including myself as well as a Chelsea fan. This does come as a surprise for me as well. The fact that his contract has been terminated by Atletico Madrid. Of course, we'll be dissecting into the story a bit further in detail and trying to sort of understand why he has why Madrid has terminated his contract, and of course what is the future for Diego Costa going forward in January. Of course, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of top European clubs will be in for the player. So yeah, we'll be discussing that in today's video. But before we jump into that, guys, make sure you do drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and turn on the notification as well. There will be, of course, a live stream today as well later on in this evening between Manchester United and Wolves. So please do join us for that stream. But yeah, let's dive into, of course, the media outlets that has been reporting this. Now, this is, of course, Sky Sports. Now, there's also a different media outlets been reporting the pretty much very similar as well. And as you can see, Atletico Madrid agrees to terminate Spain striker's deal. Now, his contract does expire in 2021, so he had only 12 months remaining as well. So it's quite not really a surprise for me. Sorry, not really a surprise for the Madrid fans, I would say, because they knew the situation. But for a Chelsea fan who hasn't really paid attention to the La Liga as much, it was a bit of a surprise why Atletico Madrid did not really renew his contract, which you can understand why they haven't. You know, he's 32 years of age. He hasn't been scoring a lot of goals for Atletico Madrid. They got, Felix, they got Suarez, as a main strikers for them as well. So you can understand as to why, he has pretty much fell down the pecking order and why he's not really the future for Atletico Madrid. So this could make sense. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, you have 12 months remaining. I'm pretty sure you can get 10 to 50 million pounds out of him. The fact that they just terminate his contract is a surprise for me. I think it's a surprise for a lot of football fans. But let's dive into, of course, the story itself. Diego Costa will be able to join new teammates as free agent in January after Atletico Madrid contract terminated for personal reason. That is very important. You need to highlight this personal reason. It's not the fact that he had a fallout with the manager or the club, the board or the fans. It was for personal reasons, and this is what Diego Simeone has said in regards to him, of course, leaving the club. He felt the need to find a new challenge. Wherever he goes, he will do well because he is a fighter, which is, of course, I can vouch to that statement. He is a fighter, and he's, of course, will do well wherever he goes. So yeah, Atletico Madrid have reached a mutual agreement with Diego Costa to terminate the Spain international striker's stay at the club, and of course it dives into his contract, and it expires in June of 2021. But he has asked to end his stay prematurely due to his personal reasons. Now, of course, this article does not state as to why he has terminated his contract. It doesn't really dive into the personal reasons as to why he has ended his contract. So we can't. I'm really not going to speculate as to why it was. Is it due to the family reasons or whatever? I'm not really going to speculate on that because, like I said, I don't really know, and they have not really disclosed on this article, so I can't really make up anything over here. I'm just going to go based on, of course, the article itself. But this is, of course, very interesting chapter for Diego Costa from now on. It's not something. I'm not really surprised as a Chelsea fan. I'm not really surprised because he did have this sort of antic when he was at Chelsea as well in 2017, when a big offer came along his way from China. His head twisted, and it was a very crucial moment. 2017 for Chelsea was a very crucial year, especially because it was Antonio Conte's first season. We were very close to winning the title as well, and when January hit, the offer from China came along, and that kind of twisted the head of Diego Costa. After that, Diego Costa's contribution to Chelsea was very, very low. It wasn't that great. Thankfully, the likes of Fabregas, Hazard, all these players stepped up, and that's the reason why we won the league. Oh, sorry, Chelsea won the league. But yeah, I'm not quite surprised that this comes along, especially for his reasons, personal reasons. This is, of course, in the next club that he would be joining, or the clubs that would be looking at Diego Costa would be considering this. We'll be thinking about, well, if he has asked to leave for personal reasons out of nowhere, I'm pretty sure the next club that would be looking at Diego Costa right now would be thinking to themselves, well, what if he joins our club and in 2 years or 1 year's time he will say he wants to leave the club? It doesn't really going to favor them in terms of if they want to build a team, if they want to build for the future. Diego Costa doesn't really fit in. Like I said, what if he just turns up one morning and says, what, I want to leave the club because of personal reasons? But then again, he's sort of a player that, of course, gives you a good return as well. If he's on form, he will get you goals. Would return back to Premier League suit him? I think not. Of course, there's a lot of clubs, the likes of Arsenal, Leeds United, Wolves as well, I would say. Tottenham possibly, but obviously Mourinho and Diego Costa, not sure if that will work, or that those two will get along. There's also major other clubs as well, possibly Everton as well. There's a lot of other clubs that can in the Premier League that can go for Diego Costa. But then I'm thinking to myself, the Premier League is very different from the last time he was in the Premier League in 2017. The Premier League has moved on now. There's new technology involved in there. We have VAR. Now, we have seen what kind of a profile of a player Diego Costa is, and what he does on the pitch. He does get a bit of in a fight with other players. He does have a bit of he loves that. He loves that interaction, and he loves to play with the minds of other defenders. And of course, that could work greatly. Of course, that could provoke other defenders to retaliate. And make the other player, get a red card or sent off. But at the same time, of course, if you provoke Diego Costa, then he's bound to, of course, make mistakes. And when you are in Premier League, when you are in the age of course, VAR, who is, of course, constantly watching you on the pitch, when, of course, the ref is not watching, the VAR is watching you. So I'm not sure if Diego Costa in the Premier League would work out for him, especially, of course, with his antics. You could say that he has improved and that he has taken that aggression out of his game. You could possibly say that he has improved ever since he was here in the Premier League last time, which was, I guess, 3 years ago. But does any club in Premier League wants to risk that? Does any club in the Premier League wants to bet on that? It's something of course, he will be on a massive contract as well. So this all depends on, of course, the board itself, and if they want to make that a risk, or if they want to make that sacrifice of bringing Diego Costa back into the Premier League. As a fan, I would love him back in the Premier League, because I do love his shithousery, and I do love what he does on the pitch. It's quite surprising. It's quite fun. But to be honest, in the age of VAR, I don't think that's going to work. It's just not going to work. But it's going to be interesting where he goes and what is his future for the future. Does he, of course, stay in the La Liga? Does he go to Bundesliga, Serie A, Liga 1, or even the Premier League? Return back into the Premier League would be great fun. It's going to be very interesting as to what Diego Costa does and who he joins, and what his future is going to be. Of course, we at All Football will keep track of Diego Costa and where his next step is, where his next move is going to be. So please do hit that subscribe button, give this video a massive thumbs up, and do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as to where Diego Costa will go. Will he stay in Europe, or will he go to possibly Brazil, or even China, or in the MLS as well? That's, of course, a great stage where he can play, where there is no VAR. Anyways, guys, I would love to know your thoughts. Leave it in the comment section down below. That's gonna wrap up for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care.